Hey, Drew. Good morning. Good morning. Um, so yesterday we talked about, and yes, I'm jumping straight in. I'm jumping straight in because it's something that's on my spirit this morning, and I don't understand. Um, I don't understand it, and so the thing that I don't understand is that not too many people discuss the in between space. We have a lot of gurus and things of that nature who discuss when they've made it, or you see them bits and pieces of they progress as they go on, and not understand protecting your progress, because that's a huge thing. Like, you have to protect your progress. You have to shield yourself from outside opinions and things of that nature when you are on this journey of growing and things of that nature. But oftentimes people don't talk, like, people tell you, like, oh, you don't tell your business, don't share your information with people, things of that nature, and not in the sense of like gatekeeping information or resources or anything like that, but in the sense of, like, okay, if you're struggling, if you receive welfare, you don't share that information. And again, I understand protecting our progress. I understand not sharing certain milestones because of the energy that it can bring in. But there's a whole population of people out there who are still receiving food stamps, who do still receive Section 8, and they do have businesses. They are business owners. They are entrepreneurs. They are growing and looking to expand not just themselves but their households, and becoming financial literate and things of that nature. And so I think that it does not do us any justice as an entire uh, population, for the economy, for a greater good of people. It does us no justice if we don't discuss that in between space. I cannot teach you, and I say this all the time, I cannot teach you how to become a millionaire. I have millionaires around me. I have great habits, and I am learning great processes to grow and scale, but I can't promise you to get you to millionaire status because I'm still in the in between space, right? And so many people want us to show up as influencers, as business owners, as gurus. Like, they want us to show up, and oh, you don't tell them about your in between space. You don't tell them about your struggles. You have to, look the part and act the part and all of that. But why can't I know what I know? And I don't mean, so I tell people all the time, I don't teach you how to become a millionaire. I teach you how to manage projects, because those are the habits that help us grow and scale. Those are the things that took me from not knowing how to make $1 to knowing how to make 1,000. That took me from knowing how to make 1,000 to how to obtain 10,000. Took me from how to obtain 10,000 to how to obtain 50,000, and going from how to obtain 50,000 to how to obtain 100,000. So I can teach you the information, the steps, the processes, the systems. I know what I did to make it to 100,000, and so I could share that part of my business, right? I could share that information. But again, people are not discussing that in between space enough. People are not sharing the, I still gotta get up and share all of my business with the government so that I can obtain certain information or certain resources, access to certain resources, while I'm trying to get capital for my business. And what does that look like? Like, I get the question all the time about, I didn't grab my coffee this morning, nothing. Like, this is crazy. But I get the question all the time about being a Section 8 participant, like receiving a housing voucher and having a business, right? And I tell them people my business. I tell them, like, I have to. I legally have to. And so you tell them that you have the business. You don't lie. Like, you don't put yourself in a box and say, I'm not going to go and grow my business, or I'm not going to go and get capital, or I'm not going to go and learn information, or I'm not going to go and get sales because I don't want them to take my food stamps, or I don't want them to take my voucher, or I don't want them. The fuck, that's the goal. The goal is to get to the point of them taking all of it and you being able to be self-sufficient, or at least that's my goal, right? Like, this journey that y'all see me on and stuff y'all see me share, like, I am literally, I don't, like, nobody has it all figured out. Even my mentors have mentors for the very reason of they're still figuring it out. But the thing that you can't take away from anybody, whether you receive a housing voucher, whether you're in the in-between space, whether you have a roommate, whether you are homeless right now, like, whatever it is, the thing you can't take away is a person's experience and a person's expertise, their knowledge, their information, the systems and processes that they use that work not just for them but for other people. And so, to my people who are in the in-between space, to my people who are in the in-between space, it's okay. You are not an imposter. You know what you know. Now, don't get on there anywhere. Don't make no ebook. Schedule no strategy call. Do any of that other stuff about how to build a house from the ground to the sky when you've never done it. And that's the thing about being in the in-between. You can't speak on what you can't speak on, but you know what you know. And you don't know what you don't know. Wow. So protect your progress for sure. Like, you don't have to share everything with the world. You don't have to share all of your successes with the world. Because I'm not. Like, there's things that I have been invited into. There are wins and milestones and achievements that I have accomplished within this year that I have not shared with the world. And for me to share so much with y'all and to not share those things, it's like, but I'm protecting my progress. I'm protecting my growth along the journey because I understand that everybody who's following me isn't following me. Everybody that's following me does not want to see me win. They don't want to see my success. They don't want to see Feed the Soul grow. They don't want to see True Creatives grow. They don't want to see me succeed. And it's not even necessarily because they're a hater. Some of them probably don't even know me or even have access to me. Half of it is people deflecting and they don't believe in what they can't see, touch, feel, taste, or what they've never experienced. So all in all, what I'm speaking to is it's okay to tell people your business. It's okay to tell people your business, but you have to protect your progress. And it's okay to be in the in-between space, but you have to keep growing and continuing your education and continuing to progress, because if you do not, then you just stay stagnant. Like, you just stay stuck. You just stay stuck in the same place, and then you also don't do other people's service, because I really believe that, like, most of the world is light workers. Like, a part of our job is to not just obtain information and hold it for ourselves, but to get that information and share with other people, to help other people grow, like to do our due diligence in society, essentially. Every time I'm on here, somebody be trying to run me off the road. Watch it, Papa, watch it, Papa. But yeah, so I think like that's just a part of it. That's a part of our assignment, or at least I know it's a part of mine. And so, with all of that being said, it's like who would I be helping if I, and I'm not saying like, oh, I cracked the code. I just feel like telling, sharing the in between process just gives someone another way to do it. Another way to do it. And there's so many people who are in the in between process right along with you, and they want to know, like, but some people are afraid to ask. Some people are like, there's still women that don't know how, or don't know that they're supposed to wipe from front to back, but they'll never admit that. They'll never say that. So if I could get on here and create a video about proper hygiene and how to properly clean myself as a woman, whether it's something I just learned or I've been learned, it doesn't mean that because I don't know everything about being a woman, or because I'm not a wife, or whatever the case may be, that I shouldn't make this video. That doesn't mean that. It means I know what I know. The information I have is valuable. Yes, I'm in the in between space, but I still have something of value to share, and I should put it out there. And so, like, I be damned if because I still receive a housing voucher while I'm growing, that I won't share the information that I know. Like, no, I didn't. Ooh, I didn't earn money. I didn't. I didn't. Not just earn money. I didn't earn money. I didn't receive grants. I didn't open up a community center. I didn't help other people grow their nonprofit. I didn't help other people receive grant funding, all while receiving a housing voucher, just to say I'm not going to share that information because I got a housing voucher and some people are not going to receive it because I don't live this luxurious lifestyle. Um, it might make sense in your book, but no, like no, no, because there's another mother who's single and receiving food stamps who has an idea that she really wants to execute on, but don't know where to start. Guess who do know where to start? I do. Now, is my starting point necessarily going to be her starting point? No. She might be 2 steps, 10 steps ahead of me. She might be 2 steps, 10 steps behind. But it'll be information that's graspable, that's tangible, that can be executed on to get results and to get growth. And that's how, like, so I guess to understand a lot of these, like, my thought process behind telling my business and sharing my business and things of that nature, you would have to understand more of me as a person and, like, my studies and the things I'm passionate about and care about. And so, like, my major in college is public health. My major in life is people and public health, right? Like, I genuinely and naturally, and I have been this way since a very little girl. Like, I remember being young and wanting to always play school, and I was the teacher, right? I remember my cousins being in the foster care system, and the Child Protective Services, CPS, was on their way to come and get them, and we're knowing this, and I'm like, y'all, let's rally. Like, there's no justice, there's no peace. Like, you can't take them from me, you know. So I've been this way since a very, very young girl. And so I'm naturally passionate about these things, and I'm naturally gifted at speaking. And of course, I need to perfect my craft a little bit more, which is a part of what we're doing here. But I say all of this to say, if you understand those parts of me, you'll understand why I'm okay, and I don't even feel embarrassed. Like, I can't even say embarrassed. I can't even use that terminology because I'm not embarrassed to get on here and say I receive a housing voucher while I'm still growing my business and becoming financial literate and building my credit. I'm not embarrassed to say I cracked the code on obtaining other people's money and building something for the greater good of other people with it, but I'm still having some struggles of my own. And I can tell you where they stem at. I can tell you where I fall short, and I can tell you why. I'm not embarrassed to do that. So I can't even say like because where I was headed with it is like that's what makes it okay for me to get on here and practically embarrass myself, and share that information for the greater good of other people. But I'm not embarrassed. I'm like, it's who I am. It's who I've always been. So yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Now it looks like I'm about to have some hard time finding some parking, but I just made it to the Section 8 building because today it makes it a year, which also today means that I have, well, not today does not make it a year. I lied. Let me go backwards. Today does not make it a year. What today makes it is, um, today is my reader term. I'm approaching a year. I'm almost at a year. And with me being close to a year, every year with Section 8, you have to do a reader term to let them know, these my updates. That's still me. This who live with me, who don't live with me. This how much money I made. This how much money my business made. Yes, I applied for PPP. No, I didn't. Now, I'm a little unprepared, and I hope I could like send over my stuff because honestly, I wasn't checking my mail, and so I didn't print off everything I needed to print off. Long story short, but I'm here, Drew. I'm in my in between, and I'm sharing it with you. Be great on purpose. Let me get my ass in here because I'm late.